except for Captain Maluli. It's good to see her. She's been competing in the Woolhandling, she competed in the pressing, and now the shearing. I think she's chasing that triathlon that's happening, Kerry.
Yeah, it's great to see these competitors entering in things around the place, and yeah, it's great for our industry too, isn't it, Tama? You know, it exposes us to more than a young man from England. It's great to see these guys travelling around the world, shearing sheep, and tell you what, Tama, New Zealand, it's probably got the world's reputation for the best shearers in the world, don't we?
Oh, most definitely. But these boys from the UK, they come over, they learn our skills, we teach them, and then they go home and they end up doing all the records over there. At least these new records are held by Kiwis. Here we go, up the neck works our Gethin Lewis down there on stand number 4. Round the head he works, the international playboy is that Gethin Lewis. We're talking about the triathlon. You know, when you go back about 20 years, maybe a little bit more, everybody started off being the billy boy. They had to carry the cup of teas over to the shearing shed, and then they got to go in and learn how to wool handle. And then they got to upgrade. They went into the sheepo, and then they went to the press. You know, so they learned how to do every single job in the shed. A lot of times now, there's a lot of guys, they think they can press, they talk about it, but I've never actually seen them do it. You know, so it was a great skill to learn, to be able to get in and learn all the skills in a wool shed. This Rooker Braddock on stand number 2, Kerry, he won the Taumaranui show about last weekend, last Friday. And Simon Goss has actually been up here dominating the senior grade, so it was good for Rooker to get a bit of a win. But Simon Goss, he came back.
Full 6 stands, and I'm not quite too sure who's leading in the way at the moment. Young Jonathan Painter on 1. He's just stepped up, but it's Braddock there on stand 2. He's leading the way at the moment. And down and over the brisket he goes, and he's looking good too. Over that final shoulder, under that final leg, and down and out the flank. Once again, doing a very, very good job on that sheep. Looking at his board points, ladies and gentlemen, still on 0.8. Incredible quality by these young shearers. And it's only the senior grade, Tama, and I'll tell you what, these open guys, looking at the quality of these senior guys, they've got a pretty big workload ahead of them, these open guys, don't they?
Oh, you're certainly right. Gethin Lewis runs and gets his full sheep. This Rooker Braddock, he's from a very good family of competitors, the Braddock family. They are from just up the road, a little place called Ekitahuna, and they are all wonderful competitors. But Rooker, he's the youngest, and he's actually really cutting a nice little track for himself in the show circuit. Very, very good quality is the Braddock family renowned for. So we got Gethin Lewis, he takes off the top knot. He's a couple of blows behind at the moment. The big boy Madison Bright on stand number 3. Pulls out another little beauty. So these shearers are working away nicely. Gethin Lewis, I think he might have picked up the top spot. That Rooker Bradley might have.
Didn't seem to be going too badly. I think he just wanted to have a look at that second comb and just see how it's going to run for him. And it's just a good mindset to have going into that, that semi-final, just thinking, I know that my comb's going to run good. I know both my combs are good. You know, it's a good mindset to have. You'll see some of these guys won't change, and they'll be guessing quite what their second comb is going to do. But you see Rooker Braddock, he changed, and he knows exactly what that second comb's going to do for him. So you see down on 5 and 6, they're out with their 5th and final sheep. Jonathan Painter, down and out the flank he goes. Still got numbers 4 on the board, but he's clearly relying on his quality job to get him through. And down and over the last side he goes. The man on 2. Leading the way at the moment. Down and out the flank. Coming a P3 to the left of the stage. Laura Bradley, Carl Gitter, Alan Oldfield, Linton Palmer, Holden Wynador, Morley Smith. Heat number 4.
Pauline Bonet, Geordie Grant, Ross Thompson, Dennis Goodwin, Liam Norrie, Louis Power.
Rightio, as we've seen, stands 2 and stands 4 have finished. Here, time has been taken. Down the last side goes Madison Bright. A big fella under the final shoulder he goes. It's a good little move to make when these ewes. It's a good little move to make when these ewes decide they're going to play up. There we go. Well done, my man. Your time points have been taken. That completes heat number. They're going to play up. There we go. Well done, my man. Your time points have been taken. That completes heat number 2. How will it go? Heat number 3, Tama. How will it go? Heat number 3, Tama.
Thank you, Jared. We could have heat 3 to the board. Laura Bradley on 1, Kyle Litter 2, Alan Oldfield 3. Heat 3 to the board. Laura Bradley on 1, Kyle Litter 2, Alan Oldfield 3, Luton Palmer 4, Holder 1 and all 5, Paulie Smith. Luton Palmer 4, Holder 1 and all 5, Paulie Smith on stand number 6. If we could have heat 4 down to the left of the stage. Ready, please. On stand number 6. If we could have heat 4 down to the left of the stage. Ready, please. Pauline Ballet, Geordie Grant, Ross Thompson, Dennis Goodwin, Liam Norrie. Ballet, Geordie Grant, Ross Thompson, Dennis Goodwin, Liam Norrie, Louis Power. Louis Power.
Right, we're just moving. Thanks, Tim. You're just moving on to the brand. Right, we're just moving. Thanks, Tim. You're just moving on to the branding side here for Peggy Tohingaroa. Right here for Peggy Tohingaroa. She has not taken these shortcuts. She has had a very tough road for the last 20. She has not taken these shortcuts. She has had a very tough road for the last 20 minutes. She signed up for it. It hasn't frightened her. She's not worried about a few. She signed up for it. It hasn't frightened her. She's not worried about a few speed bumps in life. But she's at the last and final stages here in life. But she's at the last and final stages here. Keep going. She could have quite easily just said, oh, look. Keep going. She could have quite easily just said, oh, look, I won't worry about branding. Is anyone going to notice? The rower. We're looking for the 150.
Excuse me, Gerald. We're just going to get this heat started. We have the green light. Timekeepers ready. Shearers, get set, go. Back to you, Gerald.
Thanks very much, Tima. Yeah, hey, we're looking for 150 and it's a 1335. There we go. Well done, Peggy. Good effort. Then we move on to Fiona Healy. She's trying to line up her 10th title. So she's been under the bright lights numerous times before this. She's had a gap here and there between motherhood and the likes. Has she still got what it takes? Looking for 150 and it's a 147 on the dot, ladies and gentlemen. There's only 3 Ks in it. That's how it's done. Well done, ladies. Back to you, Kerry and Tuma. Thank you.
Rightio, thank you, Gerald. Heat number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Palco is our sponsor, senior shearing section. We are looking for our top 18, ladies and gentlemen. We have what are we up to? 9 heats to get through, ladies and gentlemen. So please, guys coming, be organised and make sure your gear is ready to go. Down and out the flank goes Kyle on stand number 1. Shearing along pretty well too. Alan Oldfield out, down and out the flank he goes. Of course, Alan Oldfield is our current world champion in our blade shearing. So he's actually pretty handy with the old machines too. So steps up and, oh no, he did a bit of a niggle there. Steps up and takes the cheek wall, breaks the neck wall open. Palmer up the neck he goes, works his way around the shoulder. Oldfield, he's finishes the long blow, takes the cheek wall and down and over the brisket he goes. Just in the lead at the moment by just a whisker. Young Kyle there on stand 2, chasing hard. Down and over the brisket he goes. I'll tell you, this young girl, Bradley on stand number 1, doing a very, very good job too. Holding herself very, very well. Beautiful job by the young girl on 1. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Down and out the flank she goes. Hardly a blemish on that sheep. Into the pen goes Alan Oldfield. Sheep number 3 on the board for him. Into the pen goes Bradley. Very, very well shorn too. That one, my girl. Very, very good job. Into the pen she goes. Sheep 3 on the board for her. Young Kailamata. Into the pen he goes. Sheep number 3 pulled out onto the board for him. Palmer and Smith in. And into the pen these boys go. Sheep 3 on the board for all 6 stands. Undermine time for Bradley. Takes the top knot. Steps up. Breaks the neck wall open. Takes the cheek wall and works their way around the shoulder. Alan Oldfield. Shearing along on stand number 3. Down and into the long blow he goes. Finishing touches for him. Alan Oldfield. First one there in there for sheep number 4. Pin 2 and stand 1 and sheep 4 on the board for these competitors. Linton Palmer. Down and out the flank he goes. Finishing touches for him. Sheep 3 done and dusted. Sheep 4 on the board for him. Paulie Smith down there on stand number 6. Down and out the flank he goes. Finishing touches for him. Into the pen he goes. Sheep number 4 on the board. Undermine time for Laura Bradley. Up the neck she goes. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, this young girl here, she is having a very, very good shear. The quality job that she is getting on her sheep is very, very good. Down and into the long blow she goes. And it really does go to show that woman really can do anything. She is doing herself proud, this girl. Finishes the long blow, and I'll tell you what, Tama, I don't know who taught her, but they say they did a very, very good job.
Yeah, this Laura Bradley, very, very talented young shearer, hails from a little wee place called Woodville. Down the last side she works. You can see that she's been in a wool shed. Kerry, got that pale skin going on that's just from going to work every day and not getting any days off. Aria Mullins is very, very hard on her. We have Carl Mitter. Down into the belly he works. I think he's the new leader. In the shearing arena, this Carl Mitter has opened up a can of whip-a stuff. Well done, Carl. Lovely shear, great quality points up top. There'll still be one sheep to be judged up at the back. Laura Bradley, she's shearing away nicely. Keep the quality, Laura. We've got Alan Oldfield down the last side. He's got great quality points as well. Linton Palmer. Down the last side he works. It's good to see Linton here. I think he's a contractor nowadays. A good competitor, this guy. Sure a lot in the young farmers. I remember seeing Linton. Well shorn, Laura Bradley. That's a great job. Poldham, 1 at all. Down the last side he works. And we got Paulie down there. Stand number 6 turning to the last side as well. So the time, what's the unofficial time? Is it about 8 minutes? Well done, Polder. So these senior shearers are shearing in about 8 minutes. It's a very, very good time for 5 sheep. Okay, if we can have heat 4 to the board, Pauline Molay, Geordie Grant, Ross Thompson, Dennis Goodwin, Liam Norrie, Louis Powai. Heat number 5, if you guys can get yourselves organised. Down to the left of the stage, Chris Dixon, Brandon Wairarapa, Sasha Bond, Jacob Brunton, Tui Wilton, Isaac Duckmanton.
She is, so well done. Her favourite sport is pressing, all right? And how many years she's done at the Golden Shears? She's done a few. What's her ambitions and goals? Love, fun. Simple as that. Where's Carmen Smith gone? She's doing some knitting down there. She's got the old crochet needles out. So Carmen's been in the industry 28 years. I said to her, I was looking on the honours board, said, Carmen, I remember commentating on you lots of times in finals, but I don't where's your name gone? And she said, well, I've always been the bridesmaid at the moment. So she's made lots of these finals. She knows what's required, but just can't quite get over the line. So how are we going here, Monica? What's she up to?
Yeah, she's going pretty good. She'd have a good go at winning this year. I do remember Carmen winning the triathlon a few years ago. No? No. Oh, okay. She was close, though.
Yeah, they can be closer, right? So here she is. She's wrapping all this wool up.
Sorry, Jared, just put in there, please.
Green light.
Radio, we have a green light. Okay, my timekeeper ready. Competitors, set, go. Heat number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Stand number 1, we've got a Canadian. Pauline Burley will take 1. Geordie Grant will take 2, ladies and gentlemen. Ross Thompson will be on 3. Dennis Goodwin will take 4. Liam Norrie 5. And Louis Powai will take stand number 6, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of time put in by people that go around organising the sheep of this committee, and we thank them very, very much. Under the final shoulder and down and out the flank. Sorry. Down and out the flank goes Ross Thompson. Finishing touches for him. Into the pen he goes. Geordie Grant, into the pen he goes. Radio, Gerald, how's that pressing going down there, me old mate?
Yeah, steady as she goes, Kerry. Puhara, she's getting those pins out of the way. She's got them nice and handy, but now they're getting in the way. So excuse me, get out of the way. She's got the top box loaded and ready. She's having a bit of a chat to the crowd saying, hey, what do you think? Am I going okay? But a few tips from the sideline. Here we go. She's got the crochet needles out. Oh, a good leg bend. Loading her up. Don't you love it? We've had all these ages. We've had the 17-year-olds and the 15-year-olds, and we've got the 60-year-olds, and we've had the Evergreens. Oh, well, they've arrived from everywhere. So the bottom box, the finishing touches. Bit of housekeeping to do soon. Carmen Smith into the corners, Monica, getting that, those corners so it's going to sit nice and square, and the presentation's going to be tidy here.
No, it's going to be very tidy. Carmen knows exactly what she needs to do, and she's doing it. But like this 60-year-old lady down here, she's really
in there for the lay person, it looks like it runs like clockwork. But there's actually 5 volunteers, as in volunteers, you can put that in brackets, all volunteers around every competitor to make this work, make any show work. But we're at the Golden Shears to make this show work, 5 people per competitor, volunteers. So it's marvellous for all those people that give their own time, to come along for whatever reason. They have their own reasons, but it's not about them, it's about the competitors, and that's what it's all about. And look at this, when they turn up like this, like Puhara Puller, and she's going for those corners, and that is really, really hard work, isn't it, Monica?
That is really, really hard work.
She makes good point of contact on her way down. Those some of the safety issues, not jumping down in one big step. But that comes with age when you start working smarter, not harder, and you keep good points of contact when you're moving about for your own well-being. She has longevity for some reason. She's still in the industry all these years because she has done it in a smart way. So lots happening down here, but we'll head back because they've on sheep 4 now and 5 to do. So let's have a bit of input there. Thanks, Kerry and Tuma.
Thanks, Gerald. Thanks, Monica. And where are we, ladies and gentlemen? Sheep number 3 is sheep number 4 on the board for these shearers. Geordie Grant, up the neck he goes. Ross Thompson, out onto the board he comes. Down there on stand number 6, I can't quite see so far. Up and round his shoulders goes Dennis Goodman. Takes the trimming on the back side of the leg. Down and into the long blow he goes. Ross Thompson, sheep number 4 on the board for him. Under the final shoulder and down and out the flank he will go. Geordie Grant, sheep number 5 on him. Up and round the shoulders he goes. Takes the trimming on the full side of the leg and down and into the long blow he goes. Shearing along pretty well too, the younger fella from Hastings. Of course, we are looking for that top 18, Tama. I tell you what, there's some pretty handy shearers in this heat number 4.
Oh, you did right, this Geordie Grant. You know, he's got the cool dreadlocks, he's got the Māori tāmoko on his arm, and he is just flowing like the river. Down the last side, this young man, I think the last heat was about 8 minutes. Well, this guy is going to be about 7 minutes and 20 seconds at the max. Very, very good quick time. And he has got some very good quality points. Push the button, Geordie. Well done, mate. That's a good shear. So we got Ross Thompson, the Englishman. Last time I seen Ross Thompson was in Norway at the Norwegian Shearing Champs. So good to see Ross here. We got the cousin Louis Pawa down there on stand number 6. He's competed in the Woolhandling this morning. He's also competed in the pressing, and the shearing is the last event for him. Turns to the last side, young Louis does. He's a very, very nice, relaxed young man. I'm not sure how he's getting on without his bungee up there, actually, to tell you the truth.
It's a bit of a shame. You can be a very, very good shearer. You can be the best shearer in the world, but if you can't settle that sheep, and it's going to decide that it's going to have a bit of a tantrum on you, there's not a heck of a lot you can do. But it is just how things go. Well done, Dennis Goodwin. And finishing touches there for Pauline. There we go. She had a bit of a tough run there, but Tama, she come through well. She come through well.
Heat number 5, can we have you to the board? Chris Dixon, Brandon Wairarapa, Sasha Bond, Jacob Brampton, Tui Wilton, Isaac Duplington. Heat number 6, can you guys get yourselves ready? Peter Spillman, Eugene Pitt, Leroy Pitt, Sarah Higgins, Lee Chain, Tawida Brown.
We've got the auntie down here on the crank down. Now let's see how she goes. She's just getting a bit of advice from our judge. Thank you, Judge. Carmen's cleaning up her area and she's going to get ready for her crank down any minute. Okay, no, we've had a bit.
Look at her go, ladies and gentlemen. She's halfway. She is 60 years of age, if I've got to remind you. Unbelievable. Come on, Paula. Keep her going.
There she goes. There you go, Carmen.
Carmen Smith said, holy smoke, how'd I make a mistake like that? Well, I tell you what, this might be the last time I bailed a bail. Might have been this time last year on this particular
Sorry, Gerald,
stage.
I'll just cut in there, mate. Rightio, heat number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Shearers to the board, please. Let's go, Brendan. Oh, man, thank you. Rightio. We good? Cheers, man. Timekeeper ready. Competitors set, go.
Go, Carmen.
Well done. Thanks very much, Kerry. Holy smoke. This is a treat to watch. Paula's just given it to her. I didn't think she was going to get that bale down, but once she got going, there was just something in her bloodline that just pushes on through. A few speed bumps here and there, and over she goes, just keeps on, keeping on. Carmen Smith's underway now by the looks of it, Monica. She had a wee glitch too, didn't she?
Well, yeah, we have
And
a
she's
few
got some
glitches
wool in there.
sometimes.
She's taking a deep breath. Hard work, this pressing this wool.
Well, she's working hard too. She's down to the 3 clicks. We're halfway down over here. There's a lot of wool in that top box and there's a lot of wool in the bottom box. So she's got a lot of work to do to get this bale pressed down. And she's doing a great job of it. With the auntie over there on stand 1, she's got the top box.
Creaking. And that's not uncommon. Time to whack the pins in. Carmen Smith still toiling away. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, get in behind her. Give her a wee hurry up. She needs a wee bit of help. Come on, Carmen, I hear. She's down to the single clicks. Here we go. Not long now, as they say. There's a bit of light at the end of the tunnel. But the tunnel's got a wee way to go. The reserve tank's running out. We've got a bit of coughing and spluttering going on. Let's stay with her till she's finished and we'll head back to the shearing. Come on, Carmen. It's all about you at the moment. Well, that's that. I've been there, done that. I'm away to light duties. Over to you, Kerry and Tuma.
Thank you, Gerald. Heat number 5, ladies and gentlemen, of this Powerco Senior Shearing Competition here at the Golden Shears 2020 we are, ladies and gentlemen. Into the pen, where we are. Sheep number 3 on the board for Brendan McGrath. Wairarapa from Winton, the boy from the deep south. Having a good season in the circuits in the bottom of the south. This young fella on stand number 2. He knows exactly what to do with these Bankview sheep, ladies and gentlemen. Down the first egg he goes. 1. Oh, a bit of a niggle there. 1, 2. Undermine time for him. Takes the top knot and steps up the neck. Chris sticks the cord and into the sheep number 3. Down and out the flank goes Dixon. Down and out the flank goes Wairarapa. Finishing touches for him. He'll be in there for sheep number 4. 5 competition sheep in the pen this year. Oh, change of handpiece. Change of handpiece. I'm not sure on that one. Maybe he just wasn't quite happy with that cut. What do you think there, Tama?
Well, from what I've been told from a lot of these competitors, the sheep are very, very dry. You shear 3 sheep and your gear just stops cutting. You end up having to push. We've seen that in a few of the shows that we've been to. Epity Shears was a prime example. We had young Tor Henderson in the final, and him and Nathan Stratford changed the cutter after 8 sheep. So it just goes to show how dry these sheep are at the moment. You end up having to just really push it. But young Chris Dixon, he's a local boy there on stand number 1. This man has got speed to burn. He is a bit of a speed merchant. And here he is, he's working his way down the last side. Brandon Wairarapa there on stand number 2. I'd say he'd be one of the top-ranked senior boys in the south, so it's good to see him come up here to the north. He's been a winner of the lower grades here in Masterton before, and he'll be really chasing that title as well. Tui Wilton, the young boy down there on stand number 5, he steps up the neck. We'll see a change of handpiece from Dixon here on 1. Yes, we will. He would have heard us saying that the young man behind him changed his handpiece too. So that's sort of how it rolls, isn't it? These guys, they do listen to the commentators.
4-2 on Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen. And down and into the long blow goes Chris Dixon. Into the long blow goes Wairarapa. Sharing along well, these boys, ladies and gentlemen. Tui Wilton, into the pen he goes. Isaac Duckmanton. Sheep number 5 coming out on the board for him down there on stand number 6. But it's going to be the boy on 1, ladies and gentlemen, as he goes for that time clock. Chris Dixon, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Good to see you brought your fan club, Chris. Down and out the flank goes the man on number 2, ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Wairarapa, the boy from the deep south.
Oh, no. I didn't even hear the result.
And coming down the last side. Sheep number 4 on the board for Sasha Bond. Down and out the flank she goes. Finishing touches there for the man on stand number 5, ladies and gentlemen. The boy from 11. And he will push his sign clock. Well done, Jacob. And that leaves the next one that's going to be home.
Should have. Paula Puhara, local lady, age 60, won this event 30 years ago. She toiled away for 23 minutes and 12 seconds, folks. She is sitting over here. Give her a super round of applause. By jolly, I don't know what flows through her veins, but she's all go. How you feeling, Paula?
Knackered.
So you should be. One word description. How are we going here, Monica?
We're just
Smith.
about done here. Carmen's making her finishing touches. She's got her hook. Bail out. Beautiful bail it is too. I reckon it'll be bang on this one. She knows exactly what to do, Carmen Smith.
Okay, thank you, Monica. Heat number 6, can we have you on the board? Peter Spillman, Eugene Pitt, Leroy Pitt, Sarah Higgins, Lee Chain, Tawira Brown. Heat number 7, if you guys could be ready. Jaden Mainland, Daniel C, Duncan Higgins, Amy Silcock, Emily Takapa, Michael Boyd.
Great stuff, Tuma. So, hey, look, still running time. What are we up to? Give it up for Carmen Smith. She's been going 26 minutes. It's not a fast game, ladies and gentlemen. You need some serious stamina to pull this off. By jolly you do. Right, let's get these bales weighed up and see how we're going with these bale weights. Once again, some really good entries coming in the single pressing in the women's grade. So we've got here. That was great stuff. Once again, just like to thank Farmlands and Woolpacks New Zealand.
Rightio, we just got the green light there, Gerald. Just hold fire there, my man. Rightio, are we good to go? We are good to go, I think. We are, yep. Rightio, timekeeper ready. Competitors set, go. Rightio, ladies and gentlemen, heat number 6 of this qualifying heat. On stand number 1, we've got Peter Spillman. Eugene Pitt will take stand number 2. Leroy Pitt will take stand number 3. Sarah Higgins will be 4. Lee Shrine will take 5. And Tawira Brown will take stand number 6, ladies and gentlemen, in this Powerco Senior Shearing qualifying heat. We are looking for our top 18. We are looking for that top 18. The question is, who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? That is the $1 million question at the moment. Beautiful shearing sheep, ladies and gentlemen, out of the bank view. And we thank them very much for their loyal support to the Golden Shears, ladies and gentlemen, 2020. That fella who said, not without me, you know, boys. Into the pen he goes. 1, 2, down that first leg. Undermined time for him. Takes the top knot, steps up and breaks that neck well open. Takes the cheek wall and he'll work his way around the shoulder. Sarah Higgins, off comes the top knot for her. Up the neck she goes. Breaks the neck well open. Takes the cheek wall and round the brisket she goes. Takes the trimming on the fourth side of the leg and down and into the long blow she goes. Pitt, up he goes. Stand number 2, breaks that neck well open. Takes the cheek wall. Works his way around the shoulder. Leroy Pitt. Under the final shoulder he comes. Leading the way by a whisker at the moment. Sheep number 2 of 5 competition sheep in the pen this year, ladies and gentlemen. Down and out the flank we go. We're getting there, Tama. Heat number 6 it is.
Yes, thank you very much, Kerry. Heat number 6 underway, but I think this guy, Peter Spillman, on stand number 1, I think he's going to be the next one in for sheep number 3. There we go. It's been the Pitt on stand number 3. That's not Brad Pitt. Maybe looks a little bit like Brad Pitt if the girls have had a few Jaeger bombs. But anyway, he's in for another sheep. These young shearers and shearesses, as Sarah Higgins is there on stand number 4. You're dead right. She is one of the girls that set a record not too long ago. And I think that really Sarah should have a go at another one. She saw very, very well that day. Lee Chain down there.
To Turman Kerry.
Thank you very much, Gerald. So at the moment, the speed stakes are all the young lady down there on stand number 4, Sarah Higgins. So this young lady, I think they trained for about 5 months. They went on a diet, went to the gym, and went to work. Did a bit of gym work. And I think she realised how much true potential she really had. She was super fit, feeling good. And yes, these young ladies, they really, really set a good benchmark for the woman shearing in the industry. There didn't used to be very many women shearing. I think there was Jules Angus Burney, and then you had Una Cameron. You know, so there wasn't very many women as there is now, but it's very, very good. Last night we had a student challenge, and in there we had a couple of shearers from Iona College. You know, so it's just amazing how these women are really getting in and getting amongst the guys. And they're not scared, you know, they're not scared to get in, get stuck in, because it's a hard job, this shearing. Very, very hard, and these women, you know, they're not running away from it, they're actually running to it. I think we even had a woman in the Novice. She's a policewoman, and it was their first day of her honeymoon, so she brought her husband here, her new husband, and Shaw in the Novice. Like, how does that work, Kerry?
I don't know, mate, but I don't know. Some might say you can't get a better wedding present than that, and then you got the flip side and said, well, I couldn't think of anywhere worse to be. But I'd say it's great for them as the female species, but then it's also great for our shearing industry as a whole, ladies and gentlemen. Around the shoulders they go. Drops down into the long blow. Sarah Higgins down there on stand number 4. Sheep 5 on the board for her. Sheep 5 on the board for Peter Spillman. And down and into the long blow he goes. Leroy Pitt. Up the neck he goes. Works his way around the shoulder, but it's going to be... Who's it going to be? The man down there on stand number 5. Leading the way in this qualifying heat. Oh, no, sorry. The judges were in the way. I'll tell you, those judges, they get right in the way at times. And now he's on sheep number 5. Down and out the flank. I know Sarah Higgins is on sheep number 5. Peter Spillman's on sheep number 5. Who's it going to be? And, ooh, I think she might have got him. Only by a whisker. Well done to those competitors. Down and out the flank we go. Well done, Leroy. And Tawera Brown, the big fella down there on stand number 6, pushes his button, stops his time.
Here, hold up, guys. We've got to... How's that for support? Kerry? They're all getting up there to support their mate.
Well, it's all about supporting this show, mate.
Well done, Lee.
Well done, my man.
You're going awesome, girlfriend.
Rightio, Monica. How we going down there with that pressing?
We're going really good, thanks, Tom Kerry. Here on stand 2, we've just about got the bale pressed. This little lady, she's making it look as simple as. Over here on stand 1, past winner. She's got a big support crowd down here. Yeah. She's done the double box at the start. Some people have used this technique where they've filled both boxes up at the start, and some people have used this technique like on stand 2 where they've got the top box done and then they're into the bottom box. Where's our piece of paper? Christine Walland, Ekatuna. She's been in the industry for nearly 30 years. Her main occupation is a mother, and her favourite sports are pressing and rugby. She's been competing here for 15 years at the Golden Shears, and her ambitions and goals are just to do good and be good. Great ambitions. Now on stand 2, Koko Namana. Koko.
Box, and now she's banging those corners that we've mentioned a few times today.
Radio, Jared. Sorry to interrupt, mate. I'll come back to you though, eh? Radio, heat number 7. I think we're ready for a start. My timekeeper ready. Competitors set, go. Radio, ladies and gentlemen, heat number 7 we are of this Powerco Senior Shearing. Jaden Mainland will take stand 1. Daniel Seed will take 2. Duncan Higgins will be 3. Amy Silcock will take 4. Emily Papa will take 5. And Micah Doik will be down there on stand number 6. Radio, Gerald, sorry, back to you, my man.
Yeah, no problem at all, Kerry. She's all good. She's all good. We've still got plenty of action down here. We're getting to the stage. We're going to have a wee wind up soon. So, Christine, of course, has won this before. Coco has also won this before. So we've got a couple of former champions here. So they're used to the the limelight as Christine takes another heavy breath and says, "Holy smoke! Did I really enter this under a voluntary system?" She may think twice next time. No. So, did you enter, Tyrone? Did you enter your mum? Yeah, that might have been the story. So she's got the lid on now. Coco's up quickly, but still keeping the top box even, so it'll run up there. Otherwise, we'll get that bloody tap dancing going on. It makes it very difficult to get it up there. Rightio, Monica, what's happening here? Oh, we've got Coco's going for the big wind up.
She's in for the wind up too. She thinks that's enough in there. Oh man, these women are just amazing. You know, I'm looking for the sheepo to turn the jug on. It must be nearly smoko time.
Yeah, well, they're taking a good, 20 minutes to do a bail, so you need to have some serious stamina in your body. 10 minutes 36 at this stage, a halfway point. So, yeah, don't be frightened if you're sitting around the fringes, to give some serious encouragement to these ladies. They are athletes, they are sports people, and they are fit. But by jolly, when you start really stretching the, the limits of your body for 10 to 20 minutes, you start hitting the reserve tanks. Okay, you go through the wall, you get to the wall, you get the shakes, your arms and legs get heavy, and you go beyond that, and then eventually you hit another wall, and that's when you stop. So it's a bit of a mind game as well as a physical game, isn't it, really, to keep on pushing yourself.
They're not going to stop, though, until they're finished, these women. They are amazing. Okay, I think we're ready for the crank down on stand number 1. Here she goes. She's got the good support on the sideline. Mum, come on, Mum.
Stand number 6, ladies and gentlemen, smashing his way into sheep number 4. Off comes the belly and down the first leg. Oh, what are you up to, Mr. Higgins? He said, I have no idea. He said, I finally got it under control. Sheep number 3, it wasn't exactly the result I wanted, but out the hole it goes in still. Emily down there on stand number 5. Under the final shoulder and down and out the flank she will go. Amy Silcock, one of the 4 that set the women's shearing world record. What was it, Tama? 2066, I think, wasn't it? They set. And she was one of the 4 that competed in that. World record. Under the final shoulder and down and out the flank she goes. Chipping along pretty well too. Down and out the flank. Niggle there. Under control again. Duncan Higgins. Up the neck he goes. Around the shoulders and takes the trimming. Daniel Seed. Sheep 4 on the board for him. Up and round the shoulders he goes. Micah. Into the pen he goes. Sheep number 5. Fifth and final sheep on the board for the man from Australia. Down there on stand number 6, ladies and gentlemen. Down and into the long blow, Daniel Seed. Down and into the long blow, Duncan Higgins. Jaden Mainland. Down the last side and out the flank he goes. Finishing touches for him on sheep number 4. He'll get in there and sheep 5 he goes. Had a pretty good shear too by the looks of it. The quality points on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that, 0.6. 0.6. I think that may be one of the lowest we've seen so far. Very, very well shown by the young fella down there on stand number 6. Well done, Micah. Yeah, 0.6. Just the points in the senior grade, ladies and gentlemen. It is a credit to these young shearers. Daniel Seed, 0.4. Jaden Manland, 2. 0.4, 0.8. Some of the scores that are coming out, ladies and gentlemen, they are really a credit to these young shearers. And there we go, Jaden Manland. Well done, my man. Also well shown. Look at that, 2.2. Penn, 3.2. Very, very good results for these young guys. And Duncan Higgins, there we go, finishes his fish sheep. Daniel Seed, down and out the flank he goes. Finishing touches for him. Down and out the flank goes Emily, and also well shown too. Well done, my girl. And Amy Silcock, up and around the shoulders she goes.
Swan, Claire Jones, around Kieran Devine.
You ready?
You Evergreens, you guys will follow on. Heat 1 of that will be Graham Rodley, Mike Hamilton, Steve Cooper, Jules Anders Purdy, Kevin Buckman, David Hodge. Heat 2, Lucy Gordon,
Go, Coco!
Henkers, Dave Booker, Russell Knight, Peter Taylor,
I love it!
Willie Wicker-Smith.
Thanks very much, Tuma. Right, what's happening down here in the pressing arena? This farmland-sponsored event and Woolpacks New Zealand-sponsored event. We're in and rolling into what will be their second last heat of the single pressing in the women's grade. 2 former champions right here now have been battling it away for 18 and a half minutes.
Wow, that's good.
18 and a half minutes
Go, girlfriend.
of intense, high-pressured activity. Got to get those pins out. Christine Wallen says, right, now we've got some light at the end of the tunnel. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Well, we're very close.
I'll tell you what, she's got the support team that I want in my corner. Go, go, go.
She's got a wee bounce in her step now. She saw a bit of the light at the end of the tunnel. She rips out that bail.
We're going to miss out. And all these boys on the board said, I want to be in that top 18. Ruben Alabaster, Ty Happy Boy. Pretty good breeding stocks, this young fella too. Under the final shoulder and down and out the flank he goes. Joseph Winders, under the final shoulder he goes. Down and out the flank. All these boys sharing blow for blow at the moment. Down and out the flank as we expect on sheep 1. We don't expect anyone really to be out of sync on sheep 1, but it will start telling on 2 and 3. Into the pen they go. Sheep number 2 on these board. Daniel Berger. Into the pen he goes. Just a blow or 2 behind on that first sheep. Sheep 2 on the board for him. The man down there on stand number 5. Alabaster down the first leg he goes. Undermine time for him. Undermine time for Windows. Undermine time for Simon Goss. Tom Brewer steps up the neck as well. The field just slowly starting to open up, blow by blow. Daniel Berger, undermine time for him. And he steps up, breaks that neck well open. Winders down and into the long blow he goes. Got a good one and he knows exactly what to do with the boy from the Rotorua. He said, see ya. It's not all about speed. These sheep are judged on the board. They're judged out the back by our judges. But Tama, speed does have a big part to play in their final score, does it not?
If I could just butt in there, Tom, if that's okay. We've just got a wee bar weight here. So this is Christine Wolin's bar again. We're looking for their 150. Someone's going to get real close soon, surely. Well done, Christine. 139.5. 19 minutes of work. We'll put on Coco's bail. Coco Namana. Here we go. Both former champions here. She's feeling strong. Coco's Bow, 156 on the dot. She's feeling strong, 156. Well done, girls. Rightio, we've got one heat to go. Back to you, Tuma. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Gerald. Well, back to the board, and we've got Simon Goss. Now, Simon Goss has been the in-form horse here in the North Island. I think there's only one show that he's been to this year that he hasn't won. So he is the in-form horse, and that's the guy there on stand number 4. Ruben Alabaster. He was in the intermediates last year. And he's fresh up into the seniors, and he has even won a senior show. So how sharp is that for some of these young guys? Joseph Winders, just saw him this weekend at the show, and he made the final quite comfortably. But here at the Golden Shears, anything can happen. We've had favourites that haven't gone through before. Everyone just seems to get a little wee bit more.
They've just got the ability to suck it up. They've got the ability to just know how to control their nerve, control their breathing. Undermine time for Simon Goss. As Tama said, the in-form share of the senior circuit in the North Island this year, ladies and gentlemen. But you can be the top shearer here, but it doesn't mean that you are going to make that final. You have to do the hard work. You have to get your gear ready. You have to have the right mindset. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you come to the Golden Shears thinking you're going to go away with a red ribbon around your neck without putting in the hard work, you've got something else coming. Under the final shoulder, down and out the flank he goes, the boy on stand number 4. 5th and final sheep on the board for him. Down and out the flank he goes. Finishing touches, and he will look for that time clock. And well done. Well shone, Simon. And down and out the flank. Tom Brewer. Finishing touches for him. Joseph Winders, blow for blow. Well done, Tom. Also very, very well shone too. And finishing touches there for Joseph Winder. And a young Ruben Alabaster coming home. Once again, very, very well shone too. Look at those quality points, ladies and gentlemen. 1.8 on.
Bruce Peckford, Dave Brooker, Russell Knight, Peter Taylor, Wooly with a spin. And then following on from that, we are going to have the Evergreen Grade 2. So heat 1 for that will be Philip Woodward, Alan Schofield, Willie Buick, Richard Pearson. Heat 2 will be John Hand, Alan Williams, Peter McKay, Edwin Perry.
Thanks very much, Tuma. Right, last and final heat of the individual women's pressing. Te Whetu Brown on press 1. Araha Edmonds is on 2. Presses are ready. Judges ready. On your marks, get set, go. Right, well, they're sticking around that 20-minute mark. By jolly they are. Once again, like to thank the sponsors, Farmlands, like to thank Woolpacks New Zealand. I'd like to thank all the grey shirts here. We've got John Hodder, who's in charge of all this pressing. We've got Dave McLean, who is doing all the entries. We've got these two incredible judges that never, ever take their eye off the ball. They have been here since early this morning, heat after heat after heat, and lasting 15 to 20 minutes each.
Righto, Gerald, sorry, I'll just cut in there, mate. We'll get ready for a start. Rightio, ladies and gentlemen, not the final heat. Shearers on the board, please. Shearers on the board. Rightio, we're ready to go. Okay, timekeeper ready. Competitors, set, go.
And 2, press 2. Oh, Rangiwa here. She's been in the industry most of her life, all her life. Her parents are shearing contractors, Whiti Shearing. Her dad died. Okay, and her favourite sports are rugby and netball. She's been coming to the Golden Shears for the last 4 years. But I'm sure when we were young, she was around. And we've got Tawhetu Brown on stand 1. Oh, the star. Let's see her shine. She's from Wairarapa. She's only 22. 9 years in New Zealand and 4 years in Australia in the industry. And her favourite sport is rugby league. Her ambitions and goals, do the best, be the best. They'll both use the same technique. They've got the wool packs in. They'll start filling both boxes at the same time, I think. We'll just have to wait and see. It's been a great day. I'd just like to thank you, all the competitors, for coming along today, all Farmlands Cooperative for sponsoring this event. I'd also like to thank our judges. You know, it's been a really long day for them. They have had one break that I've seen. And I'd just like to say thanks for being given the opportunity to come down here today and share my voice with you all.
Oh, it's been a pleasure to have you here, Monica. We're looking for commentators, say. And you're going really well. She done well, ladies and gentlemen. First time having a burst at pressing and talking on a microphone and the likes in front of an audience. It's not the easiest place to be. And Kiri.
Well, thank you very much, Gerald. Yes, we're on sheep number 3 at the moment. We've got Paul Swan there on stand number 3. Paul Swan's young fella. I think he's 14, Riker. I think he's about 5 foot. He won the Novice Shearing last night here in the stadium, and you could really see from the emotion on him that he was very, very proud to have won that. So quite a proud father moment too, it would have been. And Paul has actually had a young fella shearing in the intermediates as well. So a very good family of competitors. They come from a little place called Wairarapa, which is pretty much shut off from the rest of the world. So it's always a great big travel for these guys to get to these competitions. But good to see these young competitors up here. We got Khan Colshaw. He's from down the south area.
Not a bad place that down south. Without our South Islanders, there wouldn't be much power here, Tama.
Okay, back to me. Thank you very much, Kerry. So we got Khan Colshaw. He's from a little place called Matoda. We got Sean Gauk. He is a Masterton lad. I think he's been doing a bit of shearing for a local contractor called Pairata Abraham. Paul Swan, as we said, is from Wairarapa. And then we have Claire Jones. He's a Welshman down there on stand number 5. Stand number 4, change of handpiece for him. Very, very wise decision. These sheep are very dry cutting and the cut seems to burn out. And down there on stand number 5, he's from a little place.
Me he goes, Paul Swan, not without me. Under the final shoulder. Down and out the flank. Finishing touches for him. Sheep number 4. She is almost done and dusted. Into the pen he goes. Sheep number 5 on the board for Paul Swan. Into the pen goes Khan. Sheep number 5 on the board for him. 5th and final sheep, ladies and gentlemen, of this Powerco Senior Shearing Golden Shears 2020. We are looking for the top 18. The question is, who will that be? Who will be that top 18? Change a handpiece on 2. As Tamara has mentioned, The dry nature of these sheep. The dry nature of these sheep puts a lot of wear on our comb and cutters, and the importance of having a fresh cut there is really coming to the forefront. Bull Swan, down and into the long blow he goes. Down the last side of the sheep on stand number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Out to the, and that does complete heat number 9, ladies and gentlemen, of this Powerco Senior Shearing.
Thank you, Kerry. If we could have heat 1 of the Evergreens, just to get it down to the left of the stage. Graham Rodley, Mike Hamilton, Stephen Cooper, Jules Angus Burney, Kevin Buckman, David Hodge. And we'll bring you up shortly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cut through these 9 heats of seniors and bring them down to the top 18. There's been a lot of really good shearers that have come through, and we wish them all the best for their top 18. But Gerald, we'll bring it back to you for the wool pressing.
Okay, well,
Monica.
Gerald's left the stage, so it's just me now. And these two, in our last heat of the women's wool pressing, they're just about ready to crank up. Or we've got a wind up of the box down here on press number 1. Te Whetu, the star, and she's shining. Oh, she's really pushing to get it up. Aroha's going to be right behind her. She's just putting her last handful of wool in there. And Te Whetu's done an actually beautiful job here. Everything's so tidy that she isn't going to have to muck around with this. She's just going to get that box on top, put it down, get her pins out, get her arms up, and just start cranking it. Aroha's right behind her. She's not letting her get away. She's taking a big breath before she starts winding.
Making the time, it's only 4:50, so.
We're going to play a song? Play a song.
6:40, I think.
I'm hungry. And I'm hungry. Want a lolly? Aroha's got her top box up. They're both Auntie Pan's nieces. She's just tidying her bits up, pulling her pins out. But Te Whetu on stand number 1, she's ready for the crank down. This is our favourite part. Whoa! There she goes. We don't want it to hit the ground, bub. Oh, we're hitting it. Thank you.
The blade shearers, you guys are starting at 6:45, but we'd like you guys to check in at 6:15. Okay, and that is
Fucking mean, girlfriend.
Nikki Goodler, Peter Cassidy, Alan Oldfield, Art Eastham,
I reckon we've got a 120.
Isaac Tuckmanton,
Too easy.
Phil Oldfield, and Katie Reed. So we'll need you guys to check in at 6:15 for the blades.
One more, bub. Wow, did you see that? She just cranked it down like it was nothing. Here she goes.
Sorry.
Thank you, Toma.
Evergreens, semi-final heat 1. You guys can get up now. I'll say it a little bit louder. Stand 1, Graham Rodley. 2, Mike Hamilton. 3, Stephen Cooper. 4, Jules Angus Burney. 5, Kevin Buckman. And stand number 6 is David Hodge. Thank you, gentlemen. And Jules.
Nice work, girlfriend.
Just a heads up to anyone out there that has lost a set of keys. There's been a set of keys handed in to the desk here. So if you have lost the set of keys, just come up to the announcer's table and we may have them here for you.
These competitors will be shearing 4 second shear sheep. And the final will be held on Friday morning. So we've got 12 competitors and we're going to bring it down to the last 6. The ages for this one is 50.
Bit of a problem with one of the machines, is that correct? Oh, there we go. Thanks, Tom. Right, okay, Monica. So just as we wait, we'll go down to you with the wool press then.
Okay, thanks, Kerry. Aroha's got that bale cranked down. She's just lifting her top box up. Te Whetu's down there. She's got her pins in. We won't be far from finishing today's singles wool pressing event. And it's been a full-on event today. This afternoon, the women are so impressive.
Okay, we've got the green light. Are we right to get started? No, we're not. Oh, we got no sheep.
Go, Jules.
You just stick to your pressing arena, Monica. Well, this will be good for these judges, these competitors. It'll just let them shake the nerves off a little bit, Kerry. For these competitors to be up there. Some of them would have been a haircut or two since they were there.
I have no doubt that they still know very well on how to shear a sheep. Probably. And also the sheet supplied by Hikarangi. We thank those guys very much. Rightio, thank you, Rabbit. My timekeeper ready. Competitors, set, go.
So Still Shop Masterton is a locally family-owned business with strong ties to the Wairarapa family industry. They are the sponsor of this event. Thank you very much to our sponsors. So we've got some young fellas in here. These guys, these Evergreens, they range from 55 to 65 years old. We've got Graham Roadley on stand number 1. He is from Wairarapa.
Mike Hamilton will take 2, ladies and gentlemen. And Steve Cooper will take 3. Jules Angus Burney will take 4. Kevin Buckman will be 5. And David Hodge will be down there on stand number 6, ladies and gentlemen. The Evergreen Shearers, this is grade number 1, ladies and gentlemen. We have 4 competition sheep to shear.
Well, just looking down the board, doesn't look like any of them die there here except for Jules Angus Burney as she's burning down the long blow. I think she's the one in front at the moment. Mike Hamilton there on stand number 2. He's about to turn. No, Jules is the first one to turn. Oh, heck, it's Stephen Cooper. The leader's changing every 5 seconds, every blow that these...
Countless hours and countless work towards the shearing industry. And we thank you very much. And one would say it probably hasn't been the easiest road for her, but she's never given up. And that shows the real character of Jules Angus Burney down there on stand number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Sheep number 2 on the board for these Evergreens. Up and round the shoulders they go. Mike Hamilton down and into the long blow. He goes. Steve Cooper right there as well. Jules Angus Burney leading the way at the moment. Not quite. Just a couple blows behind Cooper. Down the last side she goes. Blow for blow at the moment. Stands number 3, stands 4. Right there with each other. Mike Hamilton. Down and over the brisket he goes. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, they might call them evergreens, but I tell you what, these boys and girls, they might not be full-time shearing anymore, Tama, but I tell you what, they ain't lost it by any means.
Well, it's like riding a bike, isn't it, Kerry? Once you learn how to ride a bike, you never forget. Well, shearing is the same. When you're young and you're learning, it gets in your blood. Once you get that sheep grease in your blood, there's nothing else you want to do except for shear sheep, maybe drink a little bit of beer. But here we go. With these evergreens, they got sheep number 3 on the board, stands 2, 3 and 4. Down the last side, and David Hodge on stand.